Hello everyone. So last week I attended a Patient Group Consultative Forum at the MHRA. This is a forum which Action Duchenne is part of, and its key objective is so that the MHRA can engage its patients and patient organisations in the regulatory process for drugs and treatments coming through. One of the key topics talked about was, EAMS as a whole and Raxone, the new, potential treatment for Duchenne muscular dystrophy. And I thought it would just be good to go into detail, go into some depth about some of the points that were raised and some of our thoughts moving forward. So first off, EAMS. What is it? I thought that since its first meeting that I'm talking about here with Action Duchenne, it might be good to just explain a little bit about EAMS and what it is, if people don't know. One of the key things that was brought up that I thought is that not enough people know about EAMS. And if you don't know about EAMS, how do you know about the drugs that are coming through it? So EAMS stands for Early Access to Medicines Scheme. And in the MHRA's own words, it aims to give patients with life-threatening or seriously debilitating conditions access to medicines that do not yet have marketing authorization where there is a clear unmet medical need. So the scheme covers medicines that are not available as licensed treatments yet. It's not a substitute for the appropriate clinical development or clinical trial processes, so it's primarily aimed, therefore, at medicines that are coming towards the end of their development. If a medicine is approved under the EAMS scheme, the company pays for the drug. So for the potential Duchenne treatment, Raxone, Santhera own Raxone, so they pay at the moment under the EAMS scheme for everyone who takes Raxone under EAMS. They give it out for free. It's not paid for by the NHS or any other body. So if a company has a drug that they want to put under EAMS and they meet those criteria, how do they go about it? Well, it's a two-step process. The first step is getting the Promising Innovative Medicine designation. That's shortened to PIM designation. And once it's got the PIM designation, it goes to the second step, which is the EAMS scientific opinion. And once it gets the EAMS scientific opinion, it means that patients can access it on the EAMS scheme. Now, the EAMS treatment period of a drug will run until a marketing authorization is granted, and everyone on the drug will continue on the drug. It was mentioned in the meeting that they knew a day would come where a drug would have the scientific opinion on EAMS, and it would be available on the EAMS scheme, and then it would go for marketing authorization and it would be rejected or not approved, if we say. Now, this is something that happened with Raxone. So if we move now to talk about Raxone, the potential treatment for Duchenne muscular dystrophy, of which the drug is currently available under EAMS in the UK. Let's go and talk about that and see what happens there. So the timeline for Raxone starts June 2017, last year, and the scientific opinion, the second step in the EAMS process, was granted for Raxone, and it was granted as a treatment for slowing down the decline of respiratory function in people with Duchenne muscular dystrophy. Patients had to be over the age of 10 years, and they had to not be taking glucocorticoids. If we fast forward to January 2018, January of this year, the EMA decided against approving the drug license on the grounds that the available data was limited and it could not be robustly interpreted. That was their words. So all of a sudden, we have a drug on the EAMS scheme, which is being available for use, but it goes for approval at the EMA, and the EMA turn it down. What do we do? This was looked at in April of this year, April 2018, and the UK CHM reconsidered the EAMS scientific opinion. Now, acknowledging the uncertainties, the CHM actually advised that the EAMS scientific opinion should be upheld and renewed, taking into account a number of considerations. So the primary one was the high level of unmet need, which there is with Duchenne muscular dystrophy at present. Now, Santhera, who produced the drug Raxone, they will be resubmitting to the EMA in 2019, next year. During this time, there'll be ongoing patient monitoring as a requirement of EAMS. So that's EAMS, and That's the situation with Raxone at the moment. As we say, potential treatment, currently available drug for Duchenne muscular dystrophy for lung function of Duchenne patients in the UK. Now, the MHRA can't promote any types of drugs, they can only inform on their availability. And I think as a charity, we at Action Duchenne should do the same thing. So it's our duty to inform and let you know that these drugs are available and that EAMS is a scheme, and well, there might be other drugs that can come through this scheme. One of the things that I raised in the meeting was a concern between the levels of promoting and informing. And I think that it is lamentable in what I've seen at times, people not knowing about EAMS and therefore not knowing about their treatment options available. I've known many people who would like to take Raxone and they've simply not known about it or about its availability. There are also certain cases at the moment with certain hospitals who maybe some of the staff aren't completely informed. So I think it's important that we make sure that all bodies know about EAMS and know about these potential treatments coming through that people can take and can get access to. My brother Andrew, 26 years old, with Duchenne muscular dystrophy is one example of this. He's trying to get access to Raxone at the moment and it's proving quite difficult. This should be a straightforward process where everyone knows about it, everyone knows about the options that are available to them and they can access them easily. So just be aware that EAMS is a scheme and there might be certain treatment options available to you through it. And if there are any treatment options that you want to push ahead with, make sure you bring that up with your clinicians, doctors, healthcare professionals, so that you can push ahead with it. I hope this has been of some use to you and that you've learned about the EAMS scheme if you didn't previously know. And if you have any questions, feel free to get in touch with us and we'll help in any way that we can. Looking forward to sharing more of this and more updates through with the community over the coming weeks and months. And hopefully we'll speak with you again soon. Bye bye.